Hi beauties, it's Piersanti with Beauty and the Stamper, and today we are going to make a bunch of cards, but I'm just going to show you the one and I'm going to kind of show you how I go about doing this. So of course I need to have my stamparatus, and then I need to make 8 cards today. So I've got my sheets of paper folded in, or cut in half, and then folded in half. So we've got 5.5 by 4.25. I'm just going to burnish that down. And I've done those to all 8 of them. So let's go ahead, and I'm going to be doing some Christmas cards here. So the Hostess set I'm going to be using, it's called Greatest Part of Christmas, and then I have the Christmas Tree Punch and the Plaid Designer Series paper. So I got 3 different sheets of the Designer Series paper. And let me just grab these out of here. I'm just doing this to show you here, but I've already punched a bunch already. But it's easy, you just get it there, and look at that, you've got a plaid tree. You can use either side, whatever works for you. And then, like I said, I have a whole bunch made. I ended up cutting 8 of the red plaid, 8 of a green plaid, and then 7 of these blue plaid, and I'm just gonna do it, and you can see where I lined up those gold lines so they're not just straight in the middle. So I like to do that. When you are cutting, just pay attention on how you're punching those out or using the die cuts. So we have now 8 of each of these, and then we can go ahead and start our stamping. And we're going to set this aside. Again, I'm going to use this Christmas Greetings. It's a nice large stamp. And then this one here on the inside. So we'll use those two. And the only way to get that is through a Hostess party. So if you do that, you can get that. I also looked at the Perfectly Plaid that goes perfect with the plaid paper and the tree, because you could stamp the trees if you'd like. I wanted to use the new Delicata. It is a pigment ink. It comes in silver, bronze, and then this gold. And I'm going to be using the gold. So it is a much thicker ink, but it gives a beautiful gold raised effect, and that's what I was going for. So we're just going to get this out of the way for right now, because that's going to be the last thing we do is put on those Christmas trees. But the stamparatus makes it so easy. You just put your paper down and you put it right in the corner. You're going to put these magnets on so that it'll hold your paper in place. So I'm going to put my greeting exactly where I want. Make sure it's lined up nice and straight. Now the first time is when it means the most here, because you want to get this down and nice and straight. Once you get it straight, you just let that seal onto the other side. Now we're going to get our Delicata pigment ink in gold, and we are going to just tap that on there, get it nice and inked up, and then push that right down. And then when you pull it up, if there's a little spot that you may have missed or you want it to be a little darker, you just go ahead and ink that up right again. You're going to close it because it's in the same exact spot, and it is just going to come out lovely. Well, let's see, there's a little bit there on the A that didn't come out right. Now we do. You guys, if you want to purchase any of this stuff, make sure you go to my, oh, isn't that pretty? Just go to my online store, jeanpiersanti.stampinup.net, and I have the host code right above. But let's go ahead and just do this, and this is what's so nice about the stamparatus. Once you get it done the first time, you just go ahead and continue doing them one right after the other. So I will stamp each and every one of these, but I'm going to speed it up a little bit We'll still talk through it because this is a voiceover this time. I ended up putting these together about midnight, so it was pretty late, and I didn't want to wake up anybody. So we'll just speed this up as you could see. And I mean, it just goes along. It doesn't go this fast, but it moves along really fast when you've got the stamparatus here. So we've done all 8 of them. I think this is the last one. So we're going to clean this up. For right now, I'm just going to use a baby wipe because you really want to get that pigment ink off. It is a very thick ink, and so I'm taking most of it off, cleaning that up, and now we'll put that stamparatus away. So you could also stamp the inside if you'd like, but I want some stars on my trees, and I've got these great stars, but they are in bronze, and I want them to match with that really pretty gold. So I'm just going to take it and stick it right in there, and then I'm going to get my pickup tool and pull that out. Now look at that pretty, and it goes perfectly. It changed the color. Now I could get some embossing powder in gold, which I did actually try it. I stuck it on there, and then it came out in a nice bronzy gold. But that's not what I was looking for. I wanted to get that yellow gold that matched perfectly. So what we're going to do is we're just going to take our heat tool and heat it all up and really dry that. Now you're going to have to dry it for quite a while or let it sit for quite a while. I learned that. Anytime you're using the pigment ink, be careful. Don't put your fingers in it because it does stay wet for quite a while. So next thing we're going to do is we're going to take those trees, and this is how I want to set it up. So we're just going to go ahead and put some snail adhesive on all of these. And I thought if you put the first one in the center, it would be great, and then put the other 2 next to it. So I'm going to go ahead and do that. But this was the first one. Unfortunately, I didn't do any more after this one because I just wanted to show you. I would suggest doing the ends first and then putting the center, because if you could see, the blue is a little bit off. So I'm going to pick this guy up. It was still a little wet, so you got to be quite careful. Make sure it is very dry. And then I'm going to stick that right on top of that middle tree. And now I'm just looking at different things that I could use. The red, I'm going to keep those. And then I pulled out the peacock and some just regular dazzling rhinestones. And I'm going to put one of each of these on there. Maybe 2 of each. It all depends on how it comes out. So we're just going to go through and grab a color here, a color there, and put it all on one tree. The other 2 trees are just there for decoration, but that middle tree is all going to be lit up, shall we say, with rhinestones. So using those peacock rhinestones and then the red, I've gone through and put all those on there. Now I'm going to put the saying on the inside with that same ink. Now when I do all of those, I want to make sure that I don't stack them on top of each other because of course they need to be dried. But this one I'm going to show you. If you're only doing one card, just use your heat tool and dry it or let it sit out without touching anything. But here's my card, and I'll show you more. I ended up putting some white rhinestones on here, and then I think that's everything, guys. I hope you like it. I'm going to let this play, and I will talk to you later. Make sure you push the like button and hit subscribe. Bye!